You're the Savage.
Yeah. Well, I usually just start like, "Hey, Savages, I'm here with so and so."
Oh,
you know, just kind of
hey, Savages, we're here.
I am here with the infamous Ivan of Erotic. Hi, Ivan.
Infamous. That means I've done something wrong or something bad.
No.
Well, I guess I do porn, so it's kind of infamous.
The Three Amigos, that's how I learned the definition of infamous.
Infamous is when you're more than famous.
And first time I saw that movie, I was like, this is so stupid. Then I kept watching it over and over again. I'm like, this is the most amazing genius.
It is.
So you're like infamous because you keep your phone on during a podcast.
He's infamous.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing if you go by their definition.
Yes.
Which we will. Tell me how you got into film.
So I went to 3 colleges. Never thought about doing ever. And one day I was working on a TV show called the X Show on FX Networks, and there was a local wrestling show. It was a deathmatch tournament, and deathmatch wrestling is pretty insane. It's a lot of blood, guts, and it's real. You know, it's predetermined who's going to win, but everything that goes from kind of like WWE, but very violent. And so I took my little brother to it. I thought it would be the coolest thing to see, guys. We've never even heard of deathmatch wrestling. And it was owned by a company. This guy, Rob Black, who owned this wrestling company, owned Extreme Associates. So we went to the first show and we're like, we're in love with blood wrestling. This is crazy. So I went back to the TV show on Monday and told one of the hosts of the show, who's a huge wrestling fan, hey, we went to see this crazy thing. And he's like, I want to go next time. So he came with us, and him being on the TV show on the FX Networks, we wound up going backstage and meeting the owner, meeting the general manager, and eventually my brother and I got in with them. My brother is a computer genius, so he's doing their website stuff. I was helping them shoot like ringside camera and stuff like that. And then one day they're like, do you want to come and shoot some? The TV show was canceled. And then at the same time, I got a call to shoot, be a PA and shoot behind the scenes for this company, Extreme Associates. So I'm like, let me try this. And so I started doing PA work and shooting behind the scenes for this adult company. This was like in 2002, 2001, 2002, I think. And I started doing behind the scenes because back then there's no internet. I mean, there was internet, but there's no social media. There was no clip stores. So I started shooting behind the scenes and editing them, making them really creative. To a point, the reviewers started doing reviews specifically on my behind the scenes. And they started saying like his behind the scenes are like MTV style, all this stuff. Because I just wanted to have fun with it. Because I didn't expect to be in it for a long run. I was just like, okay, this is, you know,
cool game.
I just like once in a while come in and do a couple of things. We sat one day in the office and the bosses are like, well, you need a name. And you're Russian, so why don't we just come up, and you like wrestling, we should come up with. So we started bouncing all these, they're like, Ivan Koloff and Ivan this. And I'm like, Ivan Koloff's a real wrestler. And then Boris Zukov, that's a real wrestler. We didn't want to go. Boris is an ugly name anyways. So we decided, or they decided, I was going to be Ivan, middle name E, last name Erection. Ivan Erection, like I have an erection. Okay. And that was the joke. And some of the directors just didn't know what they were doing. I wound up PAing for a director who used to direct adult, went to direct music videos, was back to directing adult. And the reason was he sucked at what he was doing. I was driving home and I called my boss and I go, I could shoot circles around this guy. Just give me a chance. And I didn't think they were going to give me a chance. I'm just like the PA BTS guy. And then one day my boss got sick. So they called me, they go, today you're shooting the scene. And I freaked out. I'm like, oh my God, like they put fire under my feet. Go shoot. So now I'm like, how can I fake being sick as well? How can I fake a car accident? I was so nervous. And so when I shot, and luckily the talent I shot, they liked me because I've worked on set with them before, and they're like, we got you. And from that point on, it just became one of those things where it became a daily thing. And then they gave me a couple of series to shoot. And then eventually I got to shoot what I really wanted to, which, because I come from horror filmmaking background, I did a movie called Texas Asshole Massacre. The movie got a lot. It got a bunch of nominations. One year I met Sylvester Stallone's son, Sage Stallone, at a film festival. And he goes, you're Ivan, right? And I go, yeah. And he goes, Texas Asshole Massacre, my favorite porno of all time. what? Oh my God. Rocky's son jerks off to my movies. This is like the greatest thing ever. And it just kind of sparked doing all these horror movies and all these things. And AltErotic came around, and I came in just to help out to the original owner. And I just got the ultimate control of doing whatever I want. And in our industry, it's priceless, because sometimes it does feel like work. You deal with flaky people, you deal with people that are wonderful, you deal with people that are, not so wonderful. So at least if you're creative, you're doing what you love, you can deal with all that stuff.
Yeah, well, it seems like you found your calling.
Every day you're going like, how am I in here? How did this happen? I went to film school, I have a degree in cinematography. I should be doing something else, but no, I wouldn't change it. So.